Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to you. I have a success story for you today. It's Agnes, in case you didn't know. Now, the story goes like this. Agnes, I have a success story. I'd love for you to share it. Well, maybe May or June 2017, I became very desperate with my specific person. We had hooked up but never really dated, which is all I wanted. I knew he liked me, but as I had many fears and insecurities, they quickly pushed him away. I was needy and desperate, and eventually he stopped talking to me. I had watched your videos before we had stopped talking, but I simply didn't believe, although I had manifested many things before, and I had no self-love and was scared it wouldn't happen. I would cry and beg to God to let me have him. I persisted in believing I would go in and out of living in the end for a few months, which was the frustrating part. My mind was messing with me. After a few months, I contacted him asking him a homework question. Come to think of it, it was very random, but he responded. We didn't talk for too long, and I left him on scene. Not sure what that means, but that's okay. I somehow just knew he would text me. I told myself that within 5 days he would text me. On the morning of the 5th day, he did text me. The text woke me up and I was completely shocked. I must also add that I just knew he would text me and I fell asleep completely happy knowing that. We spoke the whole day and he told me that he promised to come over. I should also say that he told me he would never come over again when I was being needy. I was amazed. He had also told me he had gotten cancer, although I knew he would be okay. Due to the cancer, we had to wait to see each other, but I had hoped because he promised me to come over after chemo. Throughout those months, I would check up on him until he seemed to get annoyed and stopped texting me back. Despite it all, I believed we would be with each other again, although I will admit I had my low moments. Well, this past summer, I texted him on his birthday. Long story short, we had a good conversation, but I didn't talk to him for another month. On the 4th of July, I messaged him again, and we started talking about video games, something I had only recently gotten into and something I knew he loved. Well, after everything fell into place after that, he downloaded the game just to play with me. We started texting every day. He would initiate conversations with me. We started talking on the phone every day. He told me I was cute and that he remembered my smile. He would make other flirty comments here and there and told me he wanted to do everything with me. Eventually, he risked it all and came over to see me with an expensive gift. I was shocked. A year ago, he didn't want anything to do with me, and now he buys me things out of nowhere. Well, it got better, and he started coming over almost daily, and we would cuddle. And for the first time, he had finally opened up to me and told me private things. He had never done that before. He told me we were now one and he wanted to get married to me someday. When he said someday, I imagined 10 years down the line. Eventually, we started dating and he finally told me he loved me, just as I had visualized. He is so sweet and caring with me and does anything to keep me happy. One night he started speaking about the year we were apart and he told me he was depressed, he had not seen me and that he missed me but didn't feel ready, but that he regretted not being with me. Some things I do remember doing were self-love, whispering techniques, listening to Neville anytime I had doubts, living in the end and just knowing. But the most exciting and craziest thing of all, 3 days ago he told me he wanted to get married. I thought he was joking at first, so I told him I'd actually love to one day. Well, yesterday he continued to bring marriage up and he suggested getting a certain type of ring that was with his last name engraved into it, and I nearly crapped my pants because that is that is exactly what I had imagined. That's when I knew he was serious. I was and am still shocked because, in all honesty, I had forgotten that all this was due to my imagination. It's all happened in a short amount of time. The things I wanted are being thrown at me from left to right. It's almost overwhelming. But short amount of time, I mean, despite having to wait over a year, the past 3 months, they all began to happen. I can't even begin to explain how I feel right now. I'm over the moon. I swear I always knew he was the one. I felt it. The moment I met him, I knew. My heart is seriously pounding as I type this. There are many more things I imagine and have no doubt they will come to pass. You'll be hearing from me again soon. Thank you, thank you. Thank you so much for these videos. Oh, Marilyn, amazing. Thank you very much. And if you have time to answer comments in the threads to help people, that would be great. That was a really big turnaround, that one. So self-love is key. Self-love is key, but you learned a lot of things along the way. So well done to you. Well done to you. Thank you very much. Now, I want to say something too. There is a company called Give Me Tap. Now, what they do is they've got water bottles that they sell, and when you buy one, someone in Africa gets water for 5 years. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'll put the link down below. I do like supporting companies and people and organizations and individuals that help others. So I'm going to put the link down below. I haven't bought my water bottle yet because I'm in Sydney and I'm leaving to go to London today. And it's a UK company, so I'm going to buy one myself, and I'll show it to you when I get it, when I buy it from London in the next few weeks. Okay, lots of love, everybody. Ciao, ciao.